Hi there, so I've realised that I've been on this bike tour for 4 days from Ulm to Lake Constance, but I've not actually really shown you the bike, and it's a hire bike and it's just done the job really. So I've not really put any thought into it. I've not even checked the tyre pressure, the wheels go round, that's all I need to do really. But let's go give it a once over. So it's a hire bike that they've given me. Maybe this is the manufacturer name, KTM, never heard of it, and I guess the model is an Evento Plus. I mean, it's just a bike, but there are a couple of features which are quite nice. This is a locking mechanism, and just take you around the other side. So you pull that lever down I've just shown you, then you turn the key, take the key out, and then that stops the wheel going round. So it's a nice locking mechanism. And they've also given me 2 bags, which are Valda bags, and they're waterproof, almost identical to Ortlieb, to tell the truth, but the fastenings are slightly different and, in my opinion, inferior. I have used Valda waterproof panniers before, and yeah, they're absolutely fine, but I don't like the fixing system on them. And they also gave me this handlebar bag as well. Not really heard of Norco before, but again, that's actually quite a good size, and it's better than the one I've got at home, so I might replace my own. The bike they gave me had front suspension, which was not really needed, and it's got a bit of seat suspension, and I'm going to guess that my weight probably meant that that didn't really go up and down very much. And that's all there is to say about the bike really. Let me just focus in on who it was. I'm just trying to take the bag off. So that has come from bikestation.eu, and that's a pretty good way of getting around if you wanted to cycle this route and not bring your own bike. You could hire a bike, they'll give you the bags, and there is even a luggage transfer service as well. I'm going to write more details about these in a blog post later on. So before I left Wangen, I first headed to a bakery where I did a tour, and the bakery is called Fiddler's Back, I believe, but again my pronunciation is very bad. And the tour was actually very interesting. The bakery itself is about 500 years old, and obviously it's developed during that time. It's retained some old techniques, such as a wood-fired stove for some breads, and it's also developing with modern times to be able to produce more. I think it was a really interesting tour. If you don't take the tour yourself, you could at least pop by and buy a cake or some bread or something. So, hitting the road, it's time to head towards Lake Constance now, and I should probably reflect on the trip that I've taken so far. This has been a 4-day cycle trip from the city of Ulm and going through to Lake Constance. During that time, I've cycled about 40 or 50 kilometres per day. Because the accommodation was arranged for me, I couldn't honestly say if there were campsites along the way or not. I don't remember seeing any signposts, but if you are interested in doing the trip and would prefer to camp, I'm sure you can Google it very easily. The cycle route, the River Donau-Bodensee Cycleway, is suitable for anyone with an average level of fitness. Basically, if you've been on a bike in the last year, you can probably cope with this, especially if, like me, you're on a hire bike and there is a company taking care of your baggage transfer. I think that people who come out here to cycle this route will do so for one of 2 reasons. The first are people who want to come out and specifically cycle the route, and the second group are people who are cycling the River Danube Trail but want a diversion for a week or 10 days. When I finish writing the blog post about the trip, I'll put the link in the description below. In the blog post you can expect me to list accommodation, restaurants, things to do in the area, and also some links to tourism boards. Additionally, I'll also describe where the main flight centres are, so that if you were planning a trip here you could fly in and out, and also some of the local services such as buses and trains. That's it for this video then. I'm just going to leave some clips as we cycle towards Lake Constance. It's been a great trip. I was in Germany for a total of 5 days and loved every minute of it. I think Germany is one of the great cycling countries of the world, and I hope to return very soon. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Of course, thumbs up this video, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers for now.